Hey guys! Welcome back to Plots with a Twist,
where we discuss books,
amongst other things. And we are back. Pandemic, is that what it's called?
Yeah, we're going through a pandemic.
Pandemic and all.
I would say as a nation, but as a world.
Right. But we still wanted to bring something for you guys. So we're here. We're being safe.
Right. Self-distancing. Social distancing, but you know, we have to come together because we both been quarantined, so we're safe. We're doing what we're supposed to.
Right.
So we hope you guys are being safe out there as well and taking care of yourself and just, you know, using this time to read more books.
Yeah, about that.
I know. I should take my own advice.
Right. So this video, we're going to get into our wrap up for the month of March, as well as what we're going to read for the month of April. So let's get into it. Okay.
You want to start?
You know what?
Or...
My Goodreads account was looking at me like Netflix. Like, are you still there?
Right.
I was like, I'm here, just barely. So yeah, as good of a reading month I had for February, March was just horrible. And part of that, I didn't realize like how much my routine was rooted in me like driving to work.
Yeah.
So like I'm behind on my podcasts because I listen to them on my commute. I read at work and my shows. Sometimes I watch shows at work. But but everything, I'm just behind on everything.
Yeah.
And so being at home more, I'm like doing more home stuff instead of like the good
reading,
stuff.
Yeah.
So
keeping up with your content.
I only finished one book in March.
Shame on you.
How many you finished?
One, but we're still
okay. So I only finished one book and I started 2 others, but we'll get into that. So the first one I did not finish, I'm gonna do the did not finish first, was Water Dancer. So I was already starting that in February and then it went into March and it was due back at the library. I just didn't have time to really get into it and it just wasn't getting me to a point where I'm like...
I knew she wasn't gonna like that book though.
I didn't say I didn't like it. Calm down. So it just wasn't progressing fast enough. So Water Dancer by Ta-Nehisi Coates. I don't want to get too into it because we've talked about it multiple times.
Yeah.
But I will say it had a slow start. Very slow. Very slow start. But once it did get into the root of the story and what it was about, it was picking up for me. So I do see why people were saying that it was a really good book. And yeah, I definitely will plan to finish it. It is one I do want to finish.
Yeah.
But just not right now. I saw that my library had like the whole copy online, so I might do that.
Yeah.
But other than that, it just, you know, it was there. It was cool. It was all right, but it wasn't like a must finish for me. So we'll get to it one day.
Okay, so for me, I guess one of the books that I started but didn't finish, but definitely am planning, I'm finishing it right, well not finishing it, but I'm reading it right now, is The Immortalists by Chloe Benjamin. And you guys know, I think that was on our TBR for last month, right? Did we include that? So yeah, so I'm gonna finish it this month. I'm reading it. Only reason I didn't finish it is because I put it down to start reading another book that I actually did finish that me and Kristen wanted to review. So I kind of put that on hold so we can kind of, you know, she had already read the book, so I wanted to catch up with her. And so The Immortalists, it's about 4 siblings who they go and get their fortunes told. Like basically they're told when they're supposed to die, and it kind of dives into their lives from there. So I'm at the very much at the beginning, but that is one I'm definitely gonna finish within the next few weeks. Because like Kristen said, just not working from home now and just everything just being kind of like weird has like taken us out of our normal routine when it comes to reading and digesting content that we do on a normal basis. So yeah.
Yeah, that's the other one I didn't finish as well. I'm reading that one right now as well. So I'm excited about it. It seems like it's going to be good.
Yeah. And everybody always, I think there's so many reviews and stuff out on it. Everybody always says how good it is. So
the one book I did finish is The Girl with the Loudoun Voice by, ooh, I know her name, but I can't remember how to pronounce it. Daré. Yeah. The Girl with the Loudoun Voice. So this one's about, I'm not going to get too into it because we do plan to film a review on this as well. But it's about a girl who just simply wants an education. In her village, not many women or girls are educated, and they're just basically a asset, a commodity where they could be sold off to marriage. So that happens. She is sold off at a certain point. And it just goes into her life of not being afforded an opportunity to get an education, but serving different people. Because she does, after the marriage, she does go to, this is all in the synopsis, so I'm not ruining it. She does go to a family of, like a wealthy family to service their house girl. And she's curious about what happens to the previous house girl and what gave her the opportunity to be there in the first place. But again, she still desires an education. So I will say it was tough to kind of get into at first, just because it kind of is written in broken English. It's written from the girl's perspective, and she's Nigerian and doesn't really speak English well. So that kind of took me a minute to get into. But overall, it was an enjoyable story. So I'm going to leave it at that. Yeah, that was the one I finished. When we have our full review, I'll get more into the details and my thoughts as far as like some of the other stuff. But yeah, The Girl with the Loudoun Voice. I did finish that one.
Okay, so the book that I did finish, which we're also going to review as well, so won't talk too much about it, but it is The Girl Who Lived Twice by David Lagercrantz. And I think Christie gave you her thoughts on this book, because you read it last month. But I just finished reading it. That's why I had to put down the Immortalists, because I wanted to catch up with her so we could review this book for you guys. And I enjoyed it. Now, it did drag at the end. Like, I just felt like, okay, we get it. Like, they're doing this and that. Like, we already know what Elizabeth is about. Like, just get to the point. But other than that, I feel like I still liked it. Like, I'm still here for the whole Millennium series about Salander or whatever her name is. I know her name, but I just don't know how to pronounce it for real.
Salander.
Yeah.
If you watch like the little movies, it was Salander.
Yeah, and even when I think of like Mikael Blomkvist, you know who I see in my mind? Daniel Craig, because he played him in like the first movie.
But
so
I
that's
don't
like
even
who I'm
think,
thinking of.
Like I don't even think I had that picture in my mind at first when I read the first ones, but then when they made the American version,
it was like, yeah, exactly.
You know what?
Exactly.
That's
so because he's very like stoic, like anyway. But anyway, I enjoyed it for what it was, because I love a good Elizabeth Salander story. So yeah, that was my only read that I finished this month. And it, when I tell you the last like 100 pages was a struggle for me to get through, just because like I
told you I sat at the library for
it was
2
just
hours.
It was a lot, but yeah. Okay, so now we can get into what we are going to read for the month of April, and I feel like we got some good ones. We got a lot of like variety. I'll let you start.
So April, I said, you know what? Bump everything else. What is the one thing I know I can finish? It's gonna be some suspense. So April, I got a few suspense novels, suspense thrillers, mystery, whatever you want to call them. So one of them was gonna be Tana French, The Broken Harbor, the one I mentioned as a maybe last month, but she too wordy, girl. I'm trying to get my momentum back, so I wanted to do more books that I think I will finish. So one of them, I started with a couple of debuts from suspense authors that now have a few books. So I wanted to kind of, is this their debut? Yeah. So I kind of wanted to do that because I actually own a few of B.A. Paris's books. So this is Behind Closed Doors. This came out a while ago. And it's another one I love. It seems. I'm going to say it seems because I've read a ton of them. But of books about seemingly perfect couples that, something more. So that's basically what this is about. A couple that behind closed doors, they're not as perfect as they seem. So yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and at least try B.A. Paris, because I think I have Bring Me Back, and I have another one I believe by her. But yeah, I told Asia I opened all my books that I have and like looked at the font to make sure it's like big, spaced out. I'm gonna finish that kind of book. So Behind Closed Doors, I'll get into that this month.
Okay, so the first one on my TBR is The Girl with the Loudoun Voice. So, and the funny thing is, I had this on hold at my library, but then amid all this pandemic stuff, everything closed, so I'm not going to get it for a while. So Kristen just gave me her copy that she finished, and she just talked about it. You guys already know what it's about. So yeah, that's going to be after I finish the Immortalists, which I'm not going to include in this TBR because I should have been read it. But I'm gonna be reading this and finishing it so we can review it for you guys.
Yeah,
and I'm excited to read it.
I couldn't return it, so it's like
yeah.
The library said, "Don't come here."
Yeah.
All right, so the other debut that I want to get into, because I saw they have a new book.
We can do this together.
Is The Wife Between Us, and again, it's about things aren't as what they seem.
Yes.
So yeah, they have, I think, believe they have 3 books now. So this is by Greer, Hendricks, and Sarah Pekkanen.
Ooh, they said
Pekkanen.
Fiendishly clever in the vein of Gone Girl and Girl on the Train.
Y'all.
That's what it say.
I don't like Girl on the Train.
That's what it says.
So we'll see what this is about. But I did go ahead and put their latest on hold. What is it? What is it called? Oh, You Are Not Alone. I put that on hold at not at the library, but the Libby app, because that's the only way I can get library books at this point. Especially to try, because we have a lot of books, but we still also want to read like the new and the current
stuff that's coming out. Yeah.
So yeah, that's the only way I can get it, because other than that, I'm stuck to books that I own, which is not a problem. It's not a problem.
I'm here for that because I need to read these books.
Right. But yeah, so again, a suspense thriller type book that I'll likely finish very quickly.
Okay. So my next book that I want to read is an Agatha Christie book, The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. So this is actually a part of a Hercule Poirot mystery. So I guess it's like a series, but it's like the same as like Tana French, where you don't have to read like each book after it's like a new mystery or whatever. It's the 4th book in the series. Look at all of them they have.
Oh my God.
Right. So, yeah, I've never read Agatha Christie. I've seen some movies based on her books. And she's apparently the queen of mystery. So, y'all know I'm into a good mystery story. And this one is about a man who is who loves a woman who he knows like poisoned her first husband. So he's kind of like trying to figure that out.
It's Tiger King.
Right. Don't get me started on Tiger King. But yeah. So I'm excited to read this one, and I feel like it will go fast just because. Well, I don't know her writing style. I've never read Agatha Christie, but I feel like since it's a mystery, I'm hoping, and since she's the queen of it, I'm hoping she'll grab me and like just take me there, and make me want to like finish it. So yeah, that's the next book I'm going to read for April. The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. I think that's how you say it.
I think I've always been weary about reading her stuff because I don't know if it's aged well, but I've heard people still
be reading it though.
So this was a maybe for me last month, but this month again, I need something juicy. I need something I'm gonna be able to get through because I gotta get it back going. My Goodreads told me I was 1 book behind schedule.
Yeah,
I went from like
I'm
3 or 2
schedule.
Oh, okay.
Right now.
I feel bad.
I wasn't before this month started. I mean, before last month, I was good, but yeah.
So that is going to be 9 Perfect Strangers by Liane Moriarty. And again, I usually finish her books quickly. It's just about 9 strangers that go to a resort, and nothing is what it seems at the resort, and people are drawn to other people there, something like that. But it's pretty thick, but again, her books kind of have a faster pace, so I should be able to get through this quickly. Again, trying to get it.
My list or my TBR is always a bit ambitious, and I don't seem to finish. So these, I'm gonna say these are 2 maybes, but I'm gonna try to at least get through 1, which more likely than not will be this one because it's an actual novel. Swing Time by Zadie Smith. Y'all know my bouts about Zadie Smith. Like, I've been trying to read her books for forever, and I own a couple of them, and I just need to read them. And I feel like at this point, I'm home, I ain't doing nothing, I need to read these books. So this particular one is called Swing Time, and it's about 2 brown girls. So 2 girls who are dancers, and they basically like live like 2 different type of lives, I believe, and kind of go off into different life experience. And the story takes place, it says it moves from London to West Africa, so that'll be interesting. I figure I'll start with this. Oh, my book has notes and stuff in it.
Don't you hate that?
Yeah.
Let me mark my book up.
Okay, and it looks smart.
Like, don't donate it if you mark your book
all
up.
it is.
Oh
my God.
That happened to me when I bought a copy of Great Gatsby. I was like, Girl, I don't need to see all your high school book report notes.
Okay, because you know that was a high school book. So yeah, so I'm excited to read this one. It's on the thick side. It's a thick one, but I am gonna challenge myself and I'm gonna get through it because I have to. At this point, it's a personal thing. I have to get through it. So
like a marathon.
That's it for me. Yeah,
got it to it. I just have one maybe.
Okay.
I could make myself have two maybes, but
you don't have to.
I'm just trying to. I was trying to be over ambitious. And you know what? This March broke me. It broke everybody, but so my maybe is just another suspense. The Perfect Mother. Have no idea what it's about, but I've seen it around, and the person who wrote Behind Closed B.A. Parrish, she said some good stuff about it. I've seen it around for a while, and I've owned it for probably like some months. So wanted to go ahead and get through it if I have the time. And again, if I continue my trajectory with how I usually read suspense novels, then I should be able to get to this. But you know, that's why it's a maybe. So.
Okay. So my last maybe, and
Girl,
I really want to read this.
Really...
I know, cause I'm trying to come out of this thing reading hundreds of books, but I really want to read books that I already own. I just bought this book recently, and this is In Search of Our Mother's Gardens by Alice Walker. And this is a maybe because it's a collection of nonfiction essays from Miss Alice Walker, and it's Womanist Prose. So you know, Black feminism, one book. So I really want to read this because she's one of those authors that.
It's a library card.
Oh, vintage. One of those authors that I feel like, you know, as a Black woman, I need to have read. I've never read her. And I also found a book that I owned by her, and I didn't know I had it. Like, I didn't even know it's in there. So, yeah. So, In Search of Our Mother's Gardens. And I chose this book because when I looked up where to start with, like, Alice Walker, this was one of the ones that it said to go ahead and dive into. So, she wrote with the color purple, if y'all need to know who she is.
Okay. All right, so that's pretty much it. You know, I saw some people talking about, I read 13 books for March. I read 25.
But those are the people that do that anyway. And I feel like did you read them or are you listening to them on audiobook?
You know what? And so I did.
Which I don't feel like it's cheating necessarily. Do what you got to do, but it is a difference. Like,
right. I did say I was going to try to get in more audiobooks this month.
I think I will since the library's closed and you can rent them that way.
So if I do end up reading any audiobooks, of course I'll mention them or we'll mention them when we do our wrap up for this April. Yeah. But other than that, yeah, I like a good physical book and try to, you know, it sticks with me more if I do it that way. So, yeah. But I did put some audiobooks on hold as well. So, we'll see.
So, that's it for this month. Like, comment, subscribe.
No. So, let us know what you guys are reading this month. If you have something that, you know, you're saying like, hey, those are trash. Read this instead. Let us know. We might. Yeah. You guys have a good quarantine. Bye.
Bye.